Good morning. How are you this morning? So today, my live, I wanted to talk about taking control of our lives. So much right now, so many of us, right in this world today, we're living totally hand to mouth, minute to minute, wondering how you're getting by the next month or the next week, or just very all these external events are having a huge effect on us, and they drive our dreams. And sometimes we're living right now, a lot of us are living by the dreams of others. We're not really taking control of ourselves and our lives. In our heads, we are screaming, "Stop the world! I want to get off." But we keep pedaling away. We keep doing it. We keep nothing. We're not changing things. We're on the proverbial hamster wheel. We feel trapped. We feel like there's nothing we can do to change this. But if we take a step back and we apply some honest self-appraisal, we can usually see that this situation or our feelings of being out of control is either mostly of our own making, excuse me, mostly of our own making, or if we really want to, we could at least have an effect on it. We could modify it. So in the following, I'm going to talk a little bit about things that we can do to start taking control of our lives. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to start reducing that stress? Ready to start taking control and making our lives better? It's all about taking control. So one of the big things, reducing stress and helping you take control, is organization. And I will admit that in some places I'm really good at this, and in other places I am really not. And I am working on this myself. But organization is key to helping with stress. It may not be that much of a big deal to you. You might not think of it if there's a small amount of clutter. However, it can easily accumulate. You guys had the junk drawer, right? Or like me, it's like my hutch becomes the junk hutch where everything gets put. And then it's like, oh my God, that looks so horrible. And I don't want to even deal with it. But it can accumulate, and this can be really stressful. Um, Piles of different things, countless to-do lists, and all these other things can drag down our mindset, our psyche. It can really have a huge effect on us, on our day-to-day schedule. But it can have an effect on all aspects of our life. So even when you're at work and you're thinking about all that clutter on the thing and you're going, oh my God, I don't want to go home to that. So to relieve some of the stress of being disordered, there's a simple solution: be organized. Now, I know that sounds really difficult for some of us. And being a mom and running a business and doing everything that I do, I agree. It sounds really simple, but it is not as simple as it sounds. Simple does not mean easy. Ha, that's where it is. It's simple. It is simple. Stay organized. But is it easy? No. So, you need to put in the extra effort and get organized, which I do regularly. And then what happens? I get unorganized. But this reduces stress levels and can make you feel more accomplished. Think about those days that you do get things under control. Don't you feel more accomplished those days? Don't you feel like I've succeeded in something, and look, I have this organization and I feel great, and I'm not as stressed because I feel like I got through something and I managed to do this, right? So that simple little thing can stay with us if we stay organized and not have to deal with the stress of getting cluttered up and unorganized. And then all of a sudden, I got to deal with this. And then when we're done, we feel great. But what if we kept that all the time by staying organized? Um, Makes you feel more accomplished. Getting rid of all the areas of clutter can help you make healthier decisions in life and better decisions in life. And also make your relationships easier. I know my fiance gets so frustrated when things get cluttered because we're looking for stuff, and it's so frustrating to look for something and then say, then and you just can't find it, and it's just so frustrating. So helpful hints: get organized, declutter your home. Declutter your home, get stuff out of there. I went through my closet a few months ago and I feel great. I got rid of all this other extra clutter and I can actually find things in there now better. And it feels wonderful, and I'm mostly keeping it that way. Learn to say no. I know I used to have this really hard thing when it came to saying no to people. I always was like, oh, well, I can do that for them. Yeah, I can put my stuff on the side and I'll do that for them. And in reality, that's not good. You need to learn to say no. Start planning. Planning your day ahead of time greatly helps in reducing your stress level. This will alleviate feelings of being rushed all the time. Take time at the end of the day to plan for tomorrow. If you do this, you will feel far more relaxed and in control. Now, with what I do, I have a hard time like planning minute by minute, or like 30 minutes of this, 40 minutes of this throughout the day, because I'm running a business. I have a 5-year-old. Things can get crazy. So what I did, I learned from a coach of mine that creating a activity like goal sheet for the week works better. And so I write down how many times I want to do something. And at the end, each time I do it, I mark it throughout the week. And then at the end of the week, I see how many I wanted to do, how many I did, and I make plans for the following based on that. So productivity is key. Being productive is a part of being organized. Unaddressed problems accumulate. So think about it. When we don't want to deal with something and we're like, well, I don't really feel like dealing with that, that all accumulates too. Even if it's not like paper stuff, even if you're not getting piles of paper stuff, you're getting piles of stuff in your head that is saying, oh my God, so now you just don't feel productive at all because you have all this stuff just piled there and you're like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't really want to deal with that today. I don't really want to, no, not going there. But what happens is that all piles up, so now we're not being productive. Solve the issues that you can. Always pay attention and think about the issues that you can solve right now. What can you solve right now? How can you plan for the other problems? How can you solve the other problems? If it's not right away, what can you do to plan for that for tomorrow or the next day to really get yourself situated where you can solve that problem? Advantages of being more organized. You're more organized, you will feel in control. Instead of feeling you are being swept along by the events of the day. That's a really bad feeling, isn't it? And any choices made while not under pressure will result in better decision making. You have the chance to do more of what you want if you are organized. If you organize your time, look, all of a sudden you have an extra 3 hours that you didn't have before because you were so unorganized you didn't know what you were doing. Your personal life is more satisfying when you can achieve your goals. It helps you to be more productive in your job or your business, because there's a lot of business owners out there that are having issues with that as well. You will have more productive time for higher priority tasks. Oh, big one. Don't let self-doubt make you insecure. Okay, guys, so self-doubt. If you have self-doubt, which we all go through it, right? There's not a time in any of our lives that we have not gone through self-doubt for some reason. So self-doubt makes it so you feel like you're not in control. So start taking control of that self-doubt. You're your biggest critic. What can you do to help yourself? So in my NLP, I help people with dealing with that self-doubt and replacing it with something different, something positive, instead of going to that bad place or that non-productive place of self-doubt. So with NLP, I help with that. And you guys can do a lot of it yourselves if you choose to. Think about the worst thing you can think about yourself and replace it with something positive. Well, I didn't get anything done today. Tomorrow's another day. I will get stuff done. You know why? Because I'm going to list it down right now and I'm going to hold myself accountable for it. Okay, so we can always replace something negative or something that is not working for us with something new. Will it take time? Yes. Will it take effort? Yes. Will you have to work on it each day? Yes. I still work on things. Yesterday, I had one of those days where I was like, I should be better. I should be in a better place than I am. And so then I said, you know what? I'll get through it. Tomorrow's another day. We're going to wake up tomorrow. It's going to be a different day. So got through it. Self-doubt is, you know, and the society puts all this stuff out there right now. Commercials don't portray the average situations because no one seems to be shooting for an average anymore. Everyone's shooting for these women must look a certain way or a man must look a certain way. We have got to stop allowing these outrageous ideals to be our norm, because it's not. How many of us look like the women on commercials? How many of us look like the men on commercials? How many of us are in that wonderful, amazing place that we can do anything we want, whenever we want, and we don't have to worry about everything? There's not a lot. So stop comparing yourself to that, because that creates self-doubt. Comparing ourselves to the commercials out there and to what you even see online. I see everyone make six figures in 5 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Do this, do that. That's not average. That's above average. And most people don't get there. So if you don't get there in those 4 weeks, that doesn't mean you won't get there. It just means you didn't do it in the 4 weeks. Are you going to doubt yourself? Most people do, and then they quit. So you can create it, but don't go by don't go by the irrational standards our people we're putting on ourselves now. Not being good enough. I know I've suffered from this. And I know a lot of people I know have suffered from this. I'm sure you have suffered from this, right? I'm not good enough for that. I don't know enough. I'm not good enough. It's horrible. It's a horrible feeling. Failures can lead to self-doubt. So failure, there's 2 ways you can think of failure. One is, I failed, that's it, I'm done. The other way is, I failed here, but what did I learn? Where can I go from here? What can I change to make it a success? But a lot of us go through that time with failure that we doubt ourselves, that we make ourselves feel like we're not good enough. And how quickly you can deal with that and move forward is going to be a big difference on success. The only failure is quitting. Take a deep breath. Another part is perfectionism. You know, I've been through a bunch of different things over the years with online stuff, and yeah, some of what I've heard and some of what I completely believe in is action, whether it's perfect or not, is still moving in a direction. So don't make it that you have to make that perfect action. I do these lives. I know that I'm not perfect. I know that my lives are not perfect. But you know what? I'm doing them. And I'm moving forward. And each time they get better. Each time my posts get better. Perfectionism, if I waited till I was perfect to do anything, I'd never get anything done. Perfectionism can cause a lot of self-doubt because we mess up. It's just the way it is. It's not going to be perfect. So just act, do it, and then move forward. Learn and move forward. By taking the time and looking at the reason why something happens and concentrating on solutions, you can keep self-doubt to a minimum. The less we doubt ourselves, the more secure we will be in the decisions being made. It takes practice to be in control of your thoughts and keep them running from running wild. So look at what happened, look at what didn't work, what did work, come up with solutions and move forward. Don't let the self-doubt take control. Stop that negative talk and start talking positive to yourself. Our self-talk is huge, guys. And every time, again, with the NLP that I'm doing, it's really like making sure that every time you start going into that, you knew you couldn't do it, or you're stupid, or all that self-talk we have, is really replacing it with something more positive that serves you better. And the NLP really helps with that. So we need to overcome that negative talk. So in conclusion, I'm done. In conclusion, feeling helpless and out of control is debilitating to all aspects of our health and our well-being. When you start, I'm doing a whole webinar on immune system tonight. One of the biggest things is how you are with yourself, that feeling out of control. All of that is a huge effect on our immune system. So the better you learn to control, take control, the more you're going to feel healthy, and you're going to be better. You're going to feel better. You're going to think better. You're going to think less foggy and more with confidence and self-esteem, and make interpersonal relationships much harder if you're self-conscious and you're feeling out of control. If you get yourself in control and you feel more confident and you feel better, those interpersonal relationships will come easier for you. Being in control takes control. We got to control ourselves, guys. Big thing. But this does not require some outlandish and overt display of announcement. It requires making changes. Subtle. Start today with one subtle change. Tomorrow, add to it. The next day, add to it a little bit more. The next day, add to it a little bit more. Every day, add a little subtle change. And over time, there will be huge changes in your life. You will have to apply effort. There is effort, persistence to achieve, and the mental, physical space where being in control lives for you. The wonderful thing is, as you achieve more and more control and organization over more and more facets in your life gets easier. The more control you have, the easier it is to control. More is able to be done without less effort, and stress is reduced. Taking control should be a priority for every single one of us. Take control of your life. If you're trying to start a business and you're putting things off and you're not doing it, and you're getting this huge stack of stuff that you need to get done, okay, take control. Start one thing at a time. Get there, because every day doing something to take control will be huge. Before you know it, you're at the bottom of the pile of things that you need to get done. That whole thing's organized. You feel amazing. By the way, this is through StreamYard, just so you guys know. So if you're making comments, for some reason I'm not able to see them right now, I will go back and answer every single one of your comments when I'm done. Okay, so for some reason I'm not able to see it right now. So I'll deal with that, and I will answer your comments. So if you feel like things are out of control and you want to take control and you're not really sure where to start, I am going to put in a link below. It's for a form. It's for a form to fill out to come and talk to me. You fill it out, name, email address, phone number, what you think, how I can serve you, what you think I can do to serve you, what you think you need help with, and submit it. And I will personally contact you as soon as I can, within 24 to 48 hours, and we can work out a discovery call. We can see how I can serve you. Okay, so I'm going to put it in the comments below in just a second. I'm done for my live today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it taught you something. It's making you think about what you're doing in your life and how you can change it. Take control of your life. Stop living minute to minute. Stop living hand to mouth. Stop living someone else's dream. Take control of your life. Organize yourself. Set up priorities. Work on that self-esteem. Work on that self-talk. Work on your confidence. If you need help, fill out the form. I'll help you. I'll get you. I'll help get you there. Got to do the work, but I'll help get you there. If you're willing to do it, I'm willing to give you 100%. Okay? Fill out the form. I will talk to you later. Have a great day.